Okay, say you're driving down the road and you notice there's some drag in the back. One of your rear calipers seized. Well, you can't keep driving it like that because you're gonna mess up expensive sensors and seals and stuff like that. So you wanna pull over to the side of the road, right? And you wanna put it in neutral. Find a level spot, put it in neutral, so that you don't have to push the brake to get it in gear when you go to drive away. Okay, so because you don't want to touch the brake, but all you got to do is carefully find a spot. You can use your lug wrench. You just have to be careful because it's got a hole for the jack and it makes it easy to bend, but you don't want to put a lot of pressure anyway. But here's the caliper right here, right? And there's the two pins. So you would want to like get in between, say, this bolt back here and this bolt here, and just pry the caliper that way a little bit. The idea is you want the caliper to move that way a little bit. So you're gonna pry in between here, but carefully though, and up there, find a spot. You gotta be careful not to touch the brake line because you don't want to touch it at all if you can help it. Or if you have a small screwdriver, you can reach up in there and do it like that. But that's what I had to do when this caliper seized up, and they didn't replace it because it wasn't seasoned when they had it in the shop. But I had taken it off and put some grease on the outer part of the piston, forced it back up in there and stuff like that. Sometimes a caliper, and then I bled it out just in case there was air in it. You don't have to, you can't keep driving if your wheel's seized up. You have to seize it. And you can't push the brake. You know, like if you're on the freeway, you have to unseize it or you're gonna get a fatal accident. And the front calipers don't have any place for you to pry against, so you have to have a screwdriver and be able to reach up in the hole. Let's go up to the front and take a peek. But the key is to remember to put your vehicle in neutral so that you can start it up, pull it in drive without hitting the brake. You see, on a front caliper, you're gonna have a little bit more problems, but it looks like it's doable. I haven't had to do a front caliper yet. But yeah, you always want to get the caliper to move that way. And I think like there's something there that you could probably get a pull on. You don't want to pull against any of this stuff here, but you might be able to get a pull on something somewhere else. You know, you just have to be careful because there's all kinds of delicate stuff here too. Even though that caliper is heavy duty, everything else is delicate. So it's like, but you have to put it in neutral so that you don't have to hit the brake when you go to pull out. Because if your caliper's seasoned, you're at least gonna have to take it off or have it taken off and cleaned out and see if your flex line is blown, because your flex line will keep pushing pressure and it may not be your caliper at all. So that's what you do on the side of the road. You have a jack handle, and sometimes just from sitting, the caliper may get sticky, and just unseason it at the side of the road. I wouldn't call it that. I would take it home and take the tire off and take the caliper off and see what more could be done.